X is radio. WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Jamel, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life.
And ratchet, we
And
bringing
real extra ratchet, raunchy.
That'll be everywhere, like.
Those shops is upstairs, but we down here by our also, man.
This got hit a walk off the set.
We leave that up to Vito.
They gon' wonder how we still here, still on top. We used to build here, top 5 punching the clock. Running the field here, it feels weird coming around. After they hated, but now we run the town till we stuck in a wheelchair. We all share visions of hope and tell stories with dreams. We get the mixing like we giving you dope. And now we in position weekly, all access. X-Tremitiez, ENT playing on our axis. Politics, top 40, building community from the X. Applying that pressure, promoting unity. Royalty, education, love and support. Dope music, enough to feed souls, food for thought. This type of loyalty cannot be bought from a city where being real just cannot be taught. Listen in and you just might learn with Mr. You already know. Welcome to the return.
Yes. It's the X-Tremitiez talk show on our Access Radio. Live, world, giving you the best politics, criminal touch, news, weather, anything. We got you. That's right, ladies. Let's start it off as we are X-Tremitiez. Talk show, Access Radio World. You can catch us on the Fire Stick, Apple TV. Log in right now on Facebook. Catch us on Twitch, Instagram. We are the ones that you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go right into it right now. Gas prices hit a new historical high, topping off at $6.15. That's right, $6.15 in California. Here in New York in the tri-state, they're averaging $4.85 a gallon, ladies and gentlemen. So I think it's best you use your brain and start using them buses and trains. Stop playing them games because that toll is insane. That's right, the gas prices are just barely the height of a toe. So do yourself a favor and start walking on your feet and toes and move along. That's right. Next, we're going to get into murder in paradise. There was a result in Turks and Caicos Islands. Club Med murder. Dr. Stepbauer defended his autopsy finding murder as a route cause, not as accident, as the government told the family. Now, they saying that the doctor let the authorities know, who did not put out to the public, that the victim had torn clothes and was injured with multiple stab wounds and all. But the government said it's a lie and they doubt it. Dr. Stepbauer testified on the deceased family's behind because they are suing for millions of dollars against the government of Turks and Caicos Islands. And next, I'm going to go into 11 dead in Mexico as they had a hurricane, Hurricane Agatha. There's 20 people missing, 11 confirmed dead at this moment. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 11 dead in Mexico. Agatha. Excuse me, I had to get a drink after that. Agatha killed 11 and they got 20 missing. Prayers go out to the people in Mexico right now that are going through that. Next, on the MTA, police say that a mid-aged African-American female attacked a 65-year-old Asian male on the MTA, scratching and biting and screaming at him, verbal slurs saying that he was evil and he needed to get out of the United States, and then got away. Next, Elon Musk. That's right, you heard it. Elon Musk will be firing people if they do not return to work, stating that the pandemic got people thinking they don't need to work. Elon Musk is tired of having people saying they'd rather work from home because they don't want to come into the office because they are scared of catching COVID and passing away like many of their friends and family have. Instead, what he's saying is that people got complacent. They're lazy. They don't want to leave their homes. They don't want to come in and do the real work. What they want to do is just be on social media all day playing games. Nah, if you don't come back within the next 60 days, you're fired. Elon Musk said that to the company workers that are out right now of work or working from home. Next, we got the weather. Right now, it's currently 65 degrees. It's going to be a low of 63. Scattered showers throughout the tri-state area. Thursday is going to be a 40% chance of rain, a high 79, a low 63. Friday is going to be a high 79, a low of 64, partly sunny in the 5 boroughs. Saturday is going to be a high of 81, a low of 61. That's right, sunny. And Sunday, it's going to be 75, a low of 55. It's going to be sunny. So it's going to be a sunny weekend for all you people that want to go out hiking and kayaking, canoeing, or doing four-wheelers, or whatever it is you want to do for this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. And then Monday is going to be partly sunny, high 75, a low of 59. And then Tuesday, a high 73, a low of 61, but raining. Wednesday is going to be 79, 63, partly sunny. And then next Thursday, 75, 84, 64 with rain. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You just got yourself the 8-day right there from today moving forward. Right now, it's currently 65 degrees. It's going to be a low of 63. Only on the X-Tremitiez ENT talk show, we give you the news, politics, criminal justice, the weather, the sports, which right now, you know, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. I have selected one team. DAVON selected the other team. But when we come overall, I give it to DAVON Franklin. He won. He selected the teams Golden State Warriors versus the Celtics. I said it was going to be Golden State versus Miami Heat, but he was right on. Golden State is going against the new breed of Celtic that will be coming over to town. And if they win game one, if the Celtics win game one, then Golden State will have a problem because once the Celtics get rolling, you see how they went through a whole gauntlet of teams and just clear the way. They are doing awesome. All right. So shout out to DAVON Franklin, my co-host, who's home right now, resting up. You know, peace and blessings, God be. As he said on social media, you know, he got himself a new kidney. God has blessed my brother. And now he gets to rest up, get healthy, strong again, and be able to do what we do as we are X-Tremitiez ENT. Good evening to Kalesa. What's going on all the way from Canada? Yes, indeed. Then we're going to go into what we heard earlier. I don't know if some of you understand that you have Donald Trump, former president, still going around the country acting as if he is the president. So much that he met with congressional leaders yesterday, and he asked the representatives, how is it that you need to be 21 years old to purchase a handgun? And then he said, hold on a second. I might get in trouble with the NRA, even though I was just at their convention and I backed them 100%. But I may get in trouble with what I'm about to say, but I'm going to put something in your head. This is what President Trump said at a table with his arms crossed and speaking to all these congressional leaders, and said, how is it you need to be 21 years old to purchase a handgun, but young enough to purchase an automatic rifle machine gun? So in order for you to purchase a handgun, you have to be 21 years old, but you could get an AR-15, a shotty, a Tech 9, double pump, anything that's carrying a clip. You could get it as young as 17. What's wrong with that picture? And that's the first time I looked at Donald Trump and I was like, wow, he must be on his meds today. Because he actually asked the question that made sense. How is it you can buy a gun at 21, a handgun? You can't buy one younger than 21, but you can buy a machine gun at 17. Where is the logic there, ladies and gentlemen? All right. So the Biden administration has been asked that question, in which they have not responded, I guess, because no actions have been represented, which is very disturbing. And then next, Jada Pinkett Smith went viral making a speech regarding Will Smith and Chris Rock being better men and coming together. This is only coming out after the video showed that it's exposed now that Will Smith and Chris Rock mimicked an exact role from a movie film from the 60s. Of when a comedian was making fun of a guy's wife and he went on stage and smacked him. It's all over social media. And yes, she has alopecia. And yes, my heart goes out to her. I love Jada no matter what. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, after the whole thing and Will lost all that commodity and respect from certain elite organizations, why is the speech coming out now? Why didn't you do it back then? Should have spoke up right the day after, because it was all because of you, not now. You know, it had to be done back then so that both men could save face. And then maybe the truth would have came out, and then they would have made a bigger joke about it and saying, yeah, we actually mimicked this and this and that, and everybody got stooped. That would have been perfect. That way everybody would have won. But somehow, some long way, someone dropped the ball, and that's what happened. All right. And next, Myrtle Beach. A car hit a motorcyclist. All right. There is a little lump when you're going over in Myrtle Beach. You drive, and it's like 15 miles per hour. You're driving down Myrtle Beach. So a camera caught these two people on their mopeds. And the guy got hit, ran over, pinned underneath. His friend was screaming on the other moped for everybody to come. In less than 30 seconds, you had 50 people picking up this minivan off this guy who was pinned underneath because the driver decided to speed up on the bump. That's like one of those yellow bumps to stop you from going quick. In Myrtle Beach, they have them. So the person jumped apparently and landed on the guy in the moped, pinning him. It was a terrible scene, but it showed about 30 people surrounded, police, civilians, people in bathing suits and all. They all picked up this van on the side and took it off this guy. Hope everything's well with him. And next, mountain lion. What? Mountain lions wandering into high school in New Jersey and in Connecticut. What's going on? You know what's going on? Overdevelopment, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on. Kids were hiding with their teachers as mountain lions are now reportedly going into high schools because they have nowhere else to go. Everywhere you look now, real estate is taking over. And New York is a big big state. Everybody thinks New York is just the 5 boroughs. No, New York is pretty huge, okay? Everybody thinks New Jersey is large. Yeah, but New York, it's from here all the way to Canada. First off, you got the Appalachian Mountains. You got a whole bunch of terrain from east to west, north to south. You know, outside of the city, this is all forest that's being occupied within the last 5 years, out of control. That I have animals coming up to my porch now, which is crazy. And it's nuts, but it's just a sign of how important we need to put a reality check and a hold on the fast pace of living that we're doing. All right. And the Tribeca Festival. That's right. Robert De Niro is happy to announce that the Tribeca Festival is going to be open this year. Last year, they did it remotely. They brought it back. But this year, it's actually going to happen. And it starts next week, ladies and gentlemen, June 8th, all the way to June 19th. The Tribeca Film Festival. For more information, you can go on to tribecafilm.com. That's right, tribecafilm.com. If you want to learn more information, just go on to there and see about the Tribeca Film Festival. Is where independent film artists actually display their talents and their cinematography on, you know, worldwide basis to Robert De Niro, who actually links people up if he doesn't put them underneath his wing, because, you know, over by the radio station, his studio is down the block. That's right, Robert De Niro's movie studios. So yeah, kind of got some connection there. So let's see what happens. If you're an artist and are looking to get some director cuts and all that, put something together. You never know what can happen. Robert De Niro is all about helping other people, and people don't even know that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short commercial break and take some look at some videos and come back with our featured guest of the evening. That's right. This guy is a world-class martial artist. This person is also a community leader as well. Yes, my brother, DAVON Franklin. Appreciate you, my brother. You already know. Much love and respect on the speedy recovery. And, you know, we're going to have our friend, as I'm announcing right now, he's a world-class martial artist. And he's an actor in Hollywood films. And he has his own dojo, you know, over in the Bronx. I'm going to let him say where it's at because I'm not going to volunteer the information as of yet. Let him do that, you know. And but it's going to be a great interview. This guy is my personal better half, because he reminds me and gives me the reality checks that I enjoy, as well as, you know, he says I have a great effect on him as well. And he's always looking for me. And I always love to have his company, him, his family, because they're all good people. And he looks for me. He says, hello, how you doing? He doesn't look for me just to waste time or to do nonsense. This guy is a mental leader for children, teens, adults, and elderly. His father is like in his 80s and he looks great. You would think he's in his 50s, 60s. That's the type of mentality I'm telling you that we're going to have in this interview. We're going to talk about real issues, the community, Hollywood, the music biz, because that's what he's here for today. But you know me, when we get to interview, we interview the whole person. We just don't promote what they're doing. We want to know who you are, where you're from, and what's this interview going to be about, because it's all about providing the world with the substance, so that when we provide you with the platform, you'll be able to, you know, give this as a reference. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Mako-san will be here. Michael Simmons, aka Mako-san, the actor, the martial art world-class champion he is, the mentor, the friend, and the all-around great guy. When we be back after this short commercial break, only in the X-Tremitiez ENT Talk Show on our Access Radio. You already know.
Hey,
EQ, who run it? Who run it? Yo, just get me a blizzy or something. It's about to get lit, no frontin'. EQ been running up all of these checks, chasing these bands, racing through all of these hundreds. See me, I'm swerving the hums. I'm eating good, many honors. Nick Cannon, the way I be drumming. EQ say stuntin', curving your bitch like it's nothing. See me, I'm swerving the foreign. EQ not boring, I'm flying designer. EQ always acting real proper. Your ex niggas still in the Honda. My goonies stay towing them choppers, make them removes or run up and pop ya. See me, I'm dressed up in Prada. Never been a fan of the drama. Who you think you ahead of, not us? The fams in this bitch and we know we the shit. Yo, bitch pulling up, you know I gotta do her. Pass it to the bros like I'm passing the sick. Look at my neck and you know it's like 6. Bro with the flu, his flow so sick. Saucy my walk, just look at the drip. Bunches got the pole, he let it go quick. Bitches like what now? Niggas like what how? Like you supposed to stay down or something? Scoring these touchdowns, look at these buzz down. Call me the king like I'm Braun or something. Pull up in a lamb or something. Shoot the glizzy to the jam or something. Dance on your bitch like I'm Cameron son. She said she got 6 friends or something. Said they give a neck in the bands no front. He just ain't smoking the grams or something. Put him in the coffin, little nigga not walking. Time to call him mans or something. Who running? Who running? Let me get it back. And they know me for shitting on everybody. EQ, I'm the one you stay hearing about. All I gotta make is one call of Brodies. Like 5-0, they come through and air it out. Got boy going crazy on 40s. On the block, Felly got 30. Got the good gas for a 20. Then I skied off in a hurry. And my sniper, he shoot it like Curry. EQ, I'm hitting the race. Rockin' V-Lone in a Wraith. They calling me Kika the Great. I'm all about headlines. What is the deadline? EQ, I'm breaking the rules. I got me some triplets, got me some twinsies. Who I'ma pick on no clue. My brody been bustin', or just stay clutching. Bro be like, shoot, I'm like who? EQ, I always been bull. VV's always been a pool. All fight all up on the sneaks. So I guess that means I'm bougie. If you see shorties at the O, those are all EQ groupies. And they naked in the koozies. My goonies stay towing them Uzis. EQ, I'm going up the perkies. I love it when bitches give slurpees. All I smoke is gas, you know my numbers hitting. We lifted. EQ one of a kind, you know the kid is different. I'm different. Niggas hating on me, but it's cool. Guess I got rich too soon. Guess I got rich too soon. Yeah. Guess I got rich too soon. Hey, EQ. Who run it? The fams. Who run it? The fams. Who run it? Man, you know who.
Más o menos porque todavía no sé. Tengo ni idea.
Acompáñame a llegar hasta el cielo, a sentarnos en una nube a conversar, que cada rayo de sol alumbre tu mirar, para ver en tus ojos eso que me hace volar. Oh, wow. Dame un pedacito de amor, colócalo en mi alma. Ven y llena este vacío, por favor. Un pedacito de amor, devuélveme las alas y caminemos de la mano junto a Dios. Oh, oh. Hoy vivo un nuevo amanecer por una hermosa mujer que ha cambiado mis mañanas. Tú casi todo florecer, has penetrado mi piel, has revivido las ganas. Ven, respiremos el aire que lleva amor como aroma y revivió mi esperanza. Basta con solo mirarte o tan siquiera abrazarte para saber qué me pasa. Un pedacito de amor, colócalo en mi alma. Ven y llena este vacío, por favor. Un pedacito de amor, devuélveme las alas y caminemos de la mano junto a Dios. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, ¿cómo hacer sin ti? Si nada de esto es igual. ¿Cómo hacer para vivir con este amor terrenal? Yo sigo loco esperando, tú solo dime hasta cuándo. Seguiré buscándote. Acompáñame a llegar hasta el cielo. Dame un pedacito de amor, colócalo en mi alma. Ven y llena este vacío, por pedacito de amor. Devuélveme las alas y caminemos de la mano junto a Dios. Oh, 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 oh. Juanqui, la diferencia, tú sabes. A&X, al cover. Stereo Sun Entertainment. Oh yes. Team Juanqui Entertainment, man.
Gotcha. Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Okay. Bye.
I'll see you later on. Take care.
That's right, ladies. We are back. On our Access Radio worldwide. We are here live with my brother from another, all the way from the Bronx, representing in the Pelham Bay area. Ladies and gentlemen, from this dojo, that's right, the one and only actor, friend, community leader, all around great person himself, not above anyone, equal to everyone, because he makes you feel balanced when it comes to your mental capacity around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to present to you today Hollywood actor and now musical artist, Mako San.
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
How you doing?
Oh man, better than good. Fantastic, on top of the world, man. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? God is good. God is good. You know, so yeah, man. I appreciate that introduction. You're the only one that I know that can do an introduction like that and get away with it. You understand what I'm saying? Always so awesome, man.
So listen, man. You know how we do. I know you're at your school right now. You're constantly doing for the community, and you know I admired you for that because I always saw you and kept you in a special light. But before that, before we get into any of that, I need the world to know who you are, where you came from, and where we at today. Because I wanted to build up to what our presentation is going to be, but not just the fact that you know your successes. I want the people to know that this is not just the open success and all the hard work, sweat, and tears you put in.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, man, big shout out to Extremities and Entertainment. So grateful for this opportunity and for being on here. You know, yeah, BX all day, every day, baby. You know where we from. You know, para todos mis latinos también, los boricuas, los latinos, los dominicanos, los colombianos. O sea, mucho fuerza para ustedes. You know, sigue para adelante siempre. You know, Jose, man, listen, hats off to you, brother. You have an immense resume, and you know, one of the most respected people out there in the Bronx community, most definitely, because you left such a mark. And you know, like you previously stated, yeah, you definitely, you know, you inspire me and you influence me, brother. You know, and yeah, man, I mean, it's just awesome to know you, man, and I'm grateful for it. Nonetheless, yeah, my real name is Michael Simmons. My stage name is Mako San, just like the shark, the Japanese shark. I own a business called Full Element Martial Arts. We've been here this year will make 23 years that we're in business, knock on wood, all thanks to God, you know. And, you know, where I came from, that's a very long story, but I'll try to sum it up in a nutshell. You know, I'll go to, at one point I was a homeless, like when 9/11 occurred, I became homeless and, you know, living on the street for almost a year and a half, well, a little under a year actually. And then finally got it together, and I got an opportunity from someone named Hanchi Jim Smith, God rest his soul, whom I met at a karate school in Kingsbridge on the second floor. Shout out to Jonas Nunez, you know who you are. And, you know, I would just go there and train. And this gentleman named Hanchi Jim Smith, you know, he basically saw me. He was like, you know, Mike, do you have a martial arts school? I was like, you know, I don't even have $1 to spend right now, you know. So And basically what happened was that I would keep my word, and every time he said he would be there, I told him I'd be there, and basically would just be there and train his son. His son is actually in this picture right here above my head, so he's always with me too as well. So I would go and train his son, and then one day he was just like, Mike, I need you to go and find yourself a location because I'm gonna give you all the money you need to open up a martial arts school. And I remember like yesterday, I was working with a company called Berlitz, and we found a location, and 23 years later, I'm here in this studio now, and and so blessed and grateful. Hachi passed away about 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, but that guy was like my guardian angel, my stepdad. Tremendously helped me from being in this position. So I'm forever grateful for him. Basically that's my story in a nutshell. It's more intricate than that. I mean, there were attempts of suicide that I tried to commit and stuff like that. And, what people don't have, family tumultuous events and situations in their life. So, there are those family struggles, which we'll probably get into later. And, there was these belief systems that I needed to, dissipate and detach from. So, I did that very well. And, we could talk about that, how that happened. But, in a nutshell, that's who I am. And been a martial artist for, since I was 6 years old. So we're talking about almost 4 decades now. I'm on a team called Team Dojo Elite, TDE. We're ranked the number 3 team in the world right now. One of the top 40 and over fighters now because I'm getting a little older. But, I compete extensively. My studio right now is on right now. Classes are being taught from, my instructors who, I've helped them to be leaders, and they're out there now, doing the do. You understand what I'm saying? And, and I'm involved in movies and films and stuff like that too as well. Just finished John Wick 4 as one of the major features, and, just wrapped a couple of weeks ago on a video shoot by this singer called Nate the Great. So that was pretty cool. And I just got casted for a Star Wars film, for a fan film, Star Wars film. So really excited about that. But that's what it is, bro, in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? What else is there to say?
So
Yes, sir.
along the way, you like jump back and forth, but there was a point in your life where you had come to being at a point where that suicide was contemplated. What guided you through that? Was it the martial arts? Was it the discipline? Or was it a friend? Or was it the mentor?
Oh no, it was God, man. It was in the Bible, there's something called divine intervention. So basically I got to experience that firsthand. And I mean, the way it went was I'm a humongous Star Wars fan. Forgive me if I keep looking, man. It's just that I got the live going on Instagram. So give yourself a shout out. You know what I'm saying? And I got it on these octopus leg things. And these things are so uncooperative right now that I want to like fling it, But so forgive me, man. But to get to that, basically what happened was I'm a humongous Star Wars fan. It's a little bit more detailed, but just to try to condense it and not take too long. What happened was that I worked in this company, this investment portfolio company in the city, and and then they let people go. So I was looking for a job, and ironically, I was there when the planes hit the Twin Towers. So when that happened, which was God rest everyone's soul that went through that, and it was a very tumultuous mental event, because I literally saw the people jump out the window, and and it was just like, how do you help them? You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, ended up walking home. I lived in Fordham Hills at that time, so I walked from World Trade Center to Fordham Hills, right where Jimmy's Bronx Cafe was at, literally like down the block. I lived there, and I just couldn't pay for the place where I was at anymore. So, I had to leave, but my mom lived down the road. She had a house there on Kingsbridge Terrace. And, I asked my mom, can I live there or whatever? She said, yeah, that's fine. And then like about 4 weeks later to a month and a half later, my mom was like, you know, Mike, I sold the house, so you have to find a place to live. Oh my God, it was, and that's when I became homeless. My mom just, you know, she went to Puerto Rico and, you know, because she can't stand New York, you know, with all the politics and all the debacles that go on here. And she likes her beach, you know, so she left, she upped and left. And, you know, I really didn't have enough funds to be able to sustain myself, you know, because, you know, we lost 9/11 happened. As you know, everybody was jobless. And if you had a job, you better hold on to it. You know, so many things going on. So, and I couldn't find a job, you know, on the life of me. So I ended up living on the street. Anyway, I was collecting Star Wars figures, you know, because before the investment portfolio company, I work with Toys R Us, and they re-released the Star Wars figures starting in like '97. So I started collecting them, you know, and I had a huge collection. And when that happened with my mom, I ended up taking I forget about the clothes, forget about anything else, you know. I took my Star Wars collection and I put it in storage. So when I was homeless, I was panhandling just to get like the $70 or something like that, just so that I could pay for the storage, because the storage room was like my happy place. That was like my place of zen where I can keep myself aligned. And I literally would take figures and be like, you know, choo choo choo, and do all the noises and everything like that. You know, anyway, on this particular night, actually it was 2 nights. The night before that, there was an incident where it was freezing and I was in the Metro North station. And I was there trying to catch like maybe an hour or 2 hours of sleep, only because if you've been to the Metro North station, on the floor, they have these little vents that shoot out heat, you know, just to make that area very warm. And, you know, so I was there, I was like knocked out. So I'm like in my 12th dream, but then something instinctively was like, you know, Mako, you need to get up. So I open my eyes, and then there's these people in the background, they're, you know, laughing, they're having a good time or whatever. And one of these guys, he goes, watch what I'm about to do to this guy. So, you know, when you're homeless, you go through a lot because people don't understand that not only do you get verbally abused, but you also get physically abused too as well. You know, so, you know, it's a very, very tough atmosphere mentally, you know, to be in. So anyway, so I'm preparing myself like, all right, this guy's going to kick me. My face is towards the wall. I'm in the fetal position. And, you know, he goes, watch what's going to happen. So I'm thinking he's going to kick me. So I'm just like ready to take whatever, you understand? But, you know, he ended up urinating on me, you know, at that time. So, you know, basically, you know, I just took it like a man and, you know, cried and whatever. And that was the beginning of all the tumultuous events that occurred. So then that morning, I was able to get into a safe house, you know, get a little shower, get a little change of clothes and stuff like that. But then, you know, I was on a train ride and, you know, these people like started like just, you know, hitting me. They started kicking me and stuff like that. So, you know, that was the second thing that happened. And then I'm panhandling and I'm just trying, I think I was like $13. I needed like $13 or something like that just to complete a payment for the storage. And the payment for the storage was due in like 3 days or something like that. So I'm like, you know, can you help me out? Can you help me out? And then I got hungry, you know, so I would frequent this pizza store that I believe is still there on 42nd or 43rd Street and 10th Avenue. It's the Dollar Pizza Store that I think to this day is still $1. And you know that spot. Everybody knows that spot. you know. So I would go there. Excuse me, and I would you know, basically you know, mess around with the Mexicans. You know, they like I would be like, hey, hola, vatos locos forever, man. You know, and they'd be like, hey, mira Boricua speak, and you know, we would just go at each other and whatnot. And you know, but we had a good relationship. But what I would do is I would pick up a broom, you know, and sweep. And I would clean up the tables just so I could get a slice of pizza. Because if anything my parents ever taught me was that you don't do nothing, you know, and don't do anything and expect anything back. But also you do something to make sure that people understand this is the type of person that you are. You know, you never lose that character or that personality. You always keep that consistent, you know, and always improve it, you know. So, you know, that was just my nature. Like, you know, if I'm going to get a pizza, then I'm basically going to, you know, make sure that I sweep. So they would always give it to me, whatever. So anyway, on this one particular day, I'm, you know, going for the pizza and, you know, I'm like, hey, what's up? And one of the guys was like, shh, don't say nothing. So, you know, instinctively, I was like, oh, okay, something's going down, you know? So I you know, I felt it. And then, you know, he kind of like called me over to the counter and he slipped like real sneaky. He slipped like a slice of pizza so I can eat. And who was there was the owner that was there. And when the owner saw that I was grabbing the pizza and there was no money exchange, he came by and, man, let me tell you, he gave me like every single expletive you can possibly imagine. And then, you know, he was like, yeah, because homeless people, you guys walk in here, you mess up our stores, always asking for free food, thinking that, you know, and he slapped the pizza out of my hand. You know, he was about to fire the dude. And I was like, no, I stole it, you know, just to protect the, you know, the Mexican worker that was there, because I don't know what his dynamics was, you know, but, you know, so he slapped the pizza, put it back on the plate, shoved it in my face. He's like, you eat that, you know, and I'm not going to lie to you or anyone on this, man. I ate it because I was starving. I didn't care what was on it. I was hungry. So I ate it. But because of all the events that previously occurred, you know, it was kind of like that domino effect, if you will. You know, like when you wake up in the morning and you spill some coffee on your shirt, and now mentally, like, at the whole day's offset. And then, you know, car jam, and then late for work, and then, you know, one thing on top of the other. So that was what was going on. And it was a continuation from, you know, the previous day till the present day, you know, if you will, in that terms, in that time set. And, you know, so, you know, at that point I'm eating the pizza and I'm just thinking about, like, you know, why am I here? You know, not doing the victim thing. And, you know, there was a building that was open under construction, and I snuck in and I'm just looking around maybe to see if I can find a little spot. And I found a rope, and I took the rope. I got out of the construction. I started walking to Central Park. And there was this little tree, not a little, it was a big tree. I mean, it could literally hold like three of me and three of you, Jose, on that, you know, on that branch, you know, if you will. And yeah, man. And I was like, you know, God, forgive me. And, you know, tell my parents I love them, tell my brothers I'm sorry, da-da-da-da-da. And I tied the noose, bro, and I threw myself, you know. And what happened? The freaking branch, it snapped. It completely snapped, you know. And when it snapped, bro, I fell to the ground and I got in the fetal position and I cried all night, like all night. And, you know, the angels were with me. God was definitely with me. And, you know, basically, you know, I was able to sleep there through the night, ironically, because that was very frequented by the police officers and stuff like that. But, you know, I got a good night's cold sleep, if you will. And then the very next day I woke up, I pushed my shirt down and I fixed myself. And the first thing I said was, Mako, you're a black belt. And then, man, after that, bro, I just, you know, thanks, Tyrone Green. I appreciate you, brother. You know, after that, it was like, you know, just got myself together, man. I hooked up with a friend of mine from school. Ironically, his name is Jose Soler. Jose Soler, peace to you, man. And shout out to you, brother. And I love you to life, man. Thank you for everything, man. So I reached out to Jose and I was like, bro, can I stay with you? And he was like, yeah, sure, of course. So I stayed with him for about maybe 2 months or so, you know, and the only way I could pay him back was cleaning the house. So I would clean thoroughly, go on my interviews, and finally I got a job in Berlitz language school, and I was able to make some more money. I rented a room back here in the Bronx near Pelham Parkway, and then within that I met Hanchi Jim Smith, and then Hanchi Jim Smith, he changed my life with the martial arts school, and you know, basically, you know, the rest is history, man. And, you know, competed, national teams, movies, music videos, you know, yeah.
Became one of the world's elite fighters, top elite Taekwondo fighters, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
what,
sir.
what rated as? What number were you rated?
Oh, I was I mean, man, I was looking at all the trophies back there, brother. these are some of them, not all of them, but some of them. You see what I'm saying? These trophies are my most prized, memorable ones. Like, these are the ones when, you know, like when human beings, they feel like they hit that wall and they feel like their ceiling is capped, but there's still more on the other side of the ceiling. So these trophies were the ones where I was like a different beast, a different animal, like mentally aligned, like real focus. And I was the number one fighter in the nation. Number one fighter in the nation. I was like top 5 in the world at that time, you know. And this time I'm not doing a lot of world competitions, but, you know, in the United States of America, I'm like the number 1 or 2 guy right now. You understand what I'm saying? That definitely, you know, I am, you know, they know who I am. They know who I am.
Al Access Radio saying, blessings to you. He kept his promise to never leave you nor forsake you.
Amen. Amen. All be the glory to God and our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, man. Amen to that. Yeah, God is important. He's, I don't get into politics. I'm not a Catholic. I am Catholic, but I'm not into the Christianity, Catholicism or anything like that. One God, listen to him, talk to him, they answer. And it doesn't necessarily need to be God, whether you call him Allah, Buddha, whatever your higher power is, there is a higher power there, and they definitely do. They respond to you, they listen to you, and when you're asking for things, they definitely, they respond. They sure do.
So
Yes,
now,
thank you.
So now, at this point, all that is set as your foundation. Now the act comes into play, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The acting came in 2009. The acting came in 2009. I started pursuing stunts because a lot of my friends are in the stunt industry. One of the main fight choreographers, he's one of the hottest dudes. Mike Chat, he was the Blue Power Ranger from the Blue Power Ranger. He's the Asian Blue Power Ranger, basically the only Asian one. That's like my best friend. He trained Jaden Smith actually, and he's done a couple of other things too as well. And basically I got into it, and I was just submitting my resume. I made a fake resume. Basically, I just put that I was on a couple of shows and I took like one acting class. And, from there, I started building my resume. And my first major gig was with Aventura in the video El Malo, and I did the fight choreography for that. And then the white guy that I'm fighting there is my boy Kazi. Shout out to Kazi Togana. We ended up hooking up. And then Kazi and I, we made over 20 films together. Which were, either I EP'd them, executive produced them, and I definitely was like an antagonist, bad guy or something like that. And then, Kazi's career started growing, and then I kind of wasn't submitting as much, but yeah, the acting came in, and then, basically did, I did a video with Gab Bacha and Tres Coronas. Back in the days, they were a pretty cool group. So I did the fight sequence in that too as well. Tower Heist, Batman Dark Knight Rises. I did the mocap for Men in Black 3, Suicide Squad, Parker, John Wick 3 and 4, Transformers, Avengers Age of Ultron, Infinity Wars. There's so many to remember, and then, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I've done a lot.
Come on. You went through like 30 films that are all hits. Now, this is a person. If you was listening to this interview from the beginning, if you just heard his whole life, because I like to bring in the person. Now you heard the person in the foundation, the way he got his discipline. Now he's into the part of his life he never even saw himself doing, and the names of the films he just announced, all top cinema hits. From a person that came from a place of despair to literally being in heaven because of your heart, your discipline, and your spirit, because God sees a good spirit. That's why that branch broke that day.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, all thanks be to the man above, man. Definitely. Nothing happens without him. But yeah, it was and still is, and I'm blessed right now. Right now, shout out to my man Ashton, but this is my next film project. It's called Darth Maul, The Origins of Zoo Tabak. It's by Ashton Thompson. This script right here, bro, this is a Star Wars fan film. We're already in pre-production, so basically we started like fight sequence rehearsals and stuff like that, and we start shooting this June 25th, and it'll probably be completed, we want to say edited, fully edited, scored, and everything, the post-production probably be completed by the end of this year. But this story is unbelievable, and it's a dream come true because it's one of the, I'm a Star Wars fan, so I've always wanted to be in Star Wars, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but and then I've got a couple of other projects going on too as well. Some films lined up too after this, but right now my main focus is this. But yeah, I mean, it still continues. I'm constantly submitting. I did a GI Joe thing a week and a half ago. I played Destro in GI. That's another fan film. I don't know when that comes out, but but yeah, shout out to my man Mr. Tim. Well, yeah, Timothy, that's his name. Yeah. So but yeah, man, it was a cool film. Fun film. And they just keep coming in. Like I'm getting a lot of offers for roles and stuff like that, which is cool. And the momentum is rebuilding again. And yeah, I'm represented by 2 agencies. Shout out to Mannequin, shout out to Artistic Artists. But these are my agents, and yeah, they constantly keep me working, and yeah, man, we just keep pushing, man. It's like can't stay comfortable, because comfortable is dangerous. Comfortable is very dangerous.
Absolutely. Now we transition to you being a musical artist.
Yeah, man, that's a fun journey, man. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have not one clue. It was it was just something that somebody lit a fire in my ass, and really they pissed me off. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to put their business out there or anything like that, but I'm grateful for them because they actually lit this fire, and thanks to that person, I was just like, well, I'm gonna do it. I want to see what this journey is like. You understand? Because I believe that every human being, if you're intrigued or interested in something, then damn it, go do it. Go do it and find out. It answers the questions. It's kind of like traveling. There's a quote that says, "Traveling soothes the soul," because you don't know what's out there. Some people are just succumbed to their corner. They only feel like Prospect Ave is it. There's nothing outside of Prospect Ave. They feel like Soundview and Morrison is it. There's nothing outside of that, and it's not so. There's a world out there. I've had the luxury and the pleasure, and through martial arts, I've been to Europe plenty of times, been to Korea, trained out there. But to get back to the subject at hand, I didn't know anything about this. I just know that one of my former parents, his name is Navarro Gray. He owns the Gray Note building. Navarro Gray, you can basically like Google him. He was one of the executive producers to the Summer Jam. That's what it's called, Summer Jam, right? Yeah. So he was one of the executive producers to that. His logo and everything was all over the place. And I called him up one day. I was like, Navarro, I want to do this music thing, and he was like, oh man, get a beat, write some verses, write a good hook, come into my studio, record it. So my first thing that I did was some spoken word stuff, and then I did some reggaeton song. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. But then, as time went along, I did more studying, more application. And then I was like, okay, now I understand how to write some things. And, I'm still finding my voice too as well and whatnot. But ultimately, man, I'm going to do this all the way, but it's more fun for me. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like that artistic pressure that's there, although I do want to perform on a stage. My dream is like maybe open up for Bad Bunny or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking that way, but it's not like, it's an endeavor, but it's a fun endeavor. Because, some people, thank you, Tyrone. I'm definitely going to keep grinding, brother. But definitely it's just a fun endeavor. And, yeah, man, the other thing is that, you want to test your stuff. So who's the best audience to test your stuff with? Kids. If kids are going like this and they're like, oh, that's cool, and they're singing your chorus and stuff like that, forget about it, man. You got something there, So, basically, I got one song out called Vapor, Vámonos a Puerto Rico, which all the kids love it. And, I dropped another song called Confundido. We actually shot the video for that. So we're in post-production editing that video. And then I got another song that I sent to you, Este Fuego. Haven't put that song out yet. And then another party song called Amor para Reggaeton, So, yeah, man, we grinding, we doing it. Now I just want to get on. I need a promoter. I need somebody to promote me and get me on the 116th Street stage, man. That's where I want to be at, and sing that song. Because I definitely think that Vámonos pa Puerto Rico is one of those songs that is like, man, this touches me. Like, like, well, yeah, let's go to Puerto Rico. Let's get it going, So, yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's in the music thing, and we still pushing. We definitely still pushing.
So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my peoples over at the station are about to let you hear that worldwide debut. Vámonos pa Puerto Rico, VAPR. That's right. Only on our Access Radio, the Extremities ENT talk show. You're hearing it here right now live. Let's go.
Get it.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
yeah.
hey.
Here we go, here we go. Mexico. Para toda mi gente en Puerto Rico y mis latinos para siempre. Yep, yep.
Vámonos para allá.
Tú y yo.
Let's just go to Puerto Rico. Vámonos para allá. Let's just go to Puerto Rico.
Baby, what's the problem? Always freaking flipping, always on something, always angry, straight tripping. Baby, please, quédate tranquila, understand I always really wanna be with you. I know you're stressed, always burned out, always vexed, pero comprende I'm way better than the rest. So tate quieta, por favor, relájate y ponte en una mejor posición.
Vámonos para allá. Let's just go to Puerto Rico. Vámonos para allá. Let's just go to Puerto Rico.
Ahora que tú quieres ser, I know you wanna go to a place you never been. Me dices que no tenemos dinero en serio, pero eso no importa porque voy a conseguir el vuelo. You always tell me that I'm crazy, but just know that I'm not lazy. Work hard so my boss can always pay me. So calm down y no empieza la pelea. So think about it antes de tirarme la chancleta.
Vámonos para allá. Let's just go to Puerto Rico. Vámonos para allá. Let's just go to Puerto Rico.
Working very hard, sweating day by day, so you can have your way, so we can go away and have some fun and play all day. Para estar en la isla, galar, con un sway. Gotta make these dreams come true. Gonna do it all for you. En Puerto Rico caemos, so I'll marry you. Tengo una sorpresa por el vestido. Tengo el dinero para ir a Puerto Rico.
Ahora que estamos aquí, quiero decirte, te quiero.
Sabes que tú eres mi amor. Sabes que tú brillas como el sol. Sabes que
Yes,
tú eres.
Vámonos pa Puerto Rico. That's right.
Yeah, get it.
This is the first year that the National Puerto Rican Day Parade is going to be going live worldwide down Fifth Ave. So if you're there, be sure to go down. But the 116 Parade Festival is the day before Saturday. So that's right, the 11th and 12th of this year down at 116th on the 11th, and then Fifth Avenue on the 12th is the Grandstand Puerto Rican Day Parade. And you know what? I think you should call your good friend that's been promoting his float over there, Daniel Guzman, talk about he's got some artists going on. And I think dear GQ brother owes a favor to my brother Destro right here. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awesome.
Put it there worldwide. So I hope he's listening because I know he says he's gonna tune in. So
Gotcha. Okay, got it. Say no more. We on it.
All right. So what made you make that song?
Yeah, man. So when that specific person started like pissing me off, I started just looking for reggaeton beats, and yeah, and then I heard that beat and I was like, oh man, this beat is fire. So then, like the words just came to me, the hook came to me first, vámonos para allá. It was also a time where, one of the former presidents went to Puerto Rico and started shooting toilet paper and paper towels, like like basketballs, during Maria. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't really like that too much. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way, So, it was an inspiration to let's get people over there to Puerto Rico so that we could, fix up what's going on, contribute to it, help out with it, and also make it like a family song. Cause I felt like, that was a time where people needed a song to be like, man, Puerto Rico is beautiful. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And that was the inspiration of that. And then the words just came to me, like the verses, the hook, definitely, and then what happened one day, I played the beat for my students, because I do an after school program. So I'm picking up my students and I'm like, hey guys, sing this verse with me, and they're like, we sang it, Vámonos para allá. And then basically what happened was that, I would sing the verse and I would, I would sing the verses and then put the hooks up. And I have them sing the hooks up, and the kids loved it. And then the kids would ask me like, Kwang Janim, they call me Kwang Janim. They're like, Kwang Janim, when are you going to come out with the song? When are you going to come out with the song? We want to hear it. And boom, lost and behold, we went to the Great Note Studio. Shout out to Navarro Great Note Studio. My engineer, Amrit, that dude is no joke. My music consultant, Skazy Beats, Ivan, appreciate you, man. And we put it together, and then boom, they were like, man, that's a bop. It's pretty cool, So, and that was that song, That's how that worked.
All right, so we got two more songs, but we got another one that sounds like is gonna let the ear get more to know who you are on a musical aspect. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, another one from Mako-san. Let's go.
Let's go.
Por favor, comprende, esto es una lección. Yo te tengo que decir la verdad. La primera vez que yo te vi a ti, yo sabía que tú eras para mí. Mi corazón estuvo confundido. Can't you see? But está bien, yo te sueño in my dreams. No quiero engañarte, never see my fiend. Es mejor que nos quedemos como amigos. Oh, yeah. La primera vez que miré tus ojos, contemplé tu mirada, me volviste loco para yo sentir un amor tan natural para yo creer. Si eso es verdad, después me levanté de lo que yo tenía, aunque tú estabas aquí. No tenía alegría, quería esconder mis sentimientos. Estoy al garate, no quiero estos momentos. La primera vez que yo te vi a ti, yo sabía que tú eras para mí. Mi corazón estuvo confundido. Can't you see? Pero está bien, yo te sueño in my dreams. No quiero engañarte, never see my fiend. Es mejor que nos quedemos como amigos. Yo sé que no soy bueno para ti. Estoy claro, mi amor, can't you see? El amor y yo no mezclamos bien. Yo soy un maldito, yo soy un infiel. Es mejor que te quedes. Déjame tranquilo, que te vaya bien. No hay futuro aquí, no te equivoques. Me largo pa'l carajo, no te traigo estrés. La primera vez que yo te vi a ti, yo sabía que tú eras para mí. Mi corazón estuvo confundido. Can't you see? Pero está bien, yo te sueño in my dreams. No quiero engañarte, never see my fiend. Es mejor que nos quedemos como amigos. Mi amor, necesito que tú ves. Quiero que tú comprendes que yo no sirvo para ti.
Yo no sirvo para ti.
Iré amándote, aunque será sin tenerte. La primera vez que yo te vi a ti, yo sabía que tú eras para mí. Mi corazón estuvo confundido. Can't you see? Pero está bien, yo te sueño in my dreams. No quiero engañarte, never see my fiend. Es mejor que nos quedemos como amigos. Sueño in my dreams. Primera vez
right, ladies and gentlemen. That was the second
Con-
one from Kosan, and I was
Confundido.
listening to those lyrics there, man. They're like, wow, real personable. Like what
So
made you that lyrical content?
yeah, bro, we all fall in love, right? Man, my dad told me this one. You know, shout out to my dad. He just turned 89 years old, May 20th. He's my
God
man.
bless, man. He don't look
Yeah.
over 60.
Yeah, yeah, y'all gonna have to talk personally about his secrets. You know, I can't share those publicly. You know, he's got some great secrets. You know, so Confundido was inspired from my soulmate crush, man, and it was like one of those songs where our timing was just all wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Like the chemistry was all right, but the timing was just all wrong. So so I wrote it based on that, like, like I love you, but this timing is just messed up type of deal. So that was the inspiration to the song. That was a tough song to like, it wasn't a tough song to write. Like the lyrics came to me naturalistically, but it was a tough song to put down. Also like in terms of technical and technique, I was learning my vocal range, so I was still trying to find out, how far I can go whether I'm an alto or baritone and stuff like that. So this was more like experimenting with those ranges and stuff. But I got a lot of feedback on that song. People like, like the song is very powerful. The words, like they really, they do. Yeah, they do extensively do resonate. Like, damn, like, I've been in that situation before. You know what I'm saying? So
That's why as it came on, I was like, yo, those words. Like,
yeah,
and don't front.
Jose was like, damn. Oh no, I got Therese. I'm good.
We got one more track, and I want the world to appreciate the fact that we have someone like you on this show, because you're a rare diamond. You're a rare jewel in a field where so many try to aspire to be something they're not, and you just shine because you are. If that makes anybody that's listening, he's in a field of minds, a diamond, okay, and a diamond is and a mind full of diamonds. He's that one that shines for being himself, while everyone else tries to be something they're not. What I'm telling you, and this is why he's rare, because he adapts this everywhere he goes. I've been with Mike places where, people think that they're all celebrity eyes, and the minute that him and I walk into the door, all the eyes come to us, and we haven't even done an introduction yet. It's just stepping in.
It's just that energy, bro. It's the energy surges because it's like, and it's funny. It's not funny, but it's ironic that you touch upon that point, because many people are like, like the social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, all that. It's portraying a person as a certain type. But I mean, if you were to get to the nitty gritty of it, you really know a lot of them aren't happy. A lot of them aren't as successful as they say they are. And that's just one thing. Like, fake attracts fake and real attracts real. And Jose, you've always been one of the most realist persons. Like, man, I've been in situations with you where, you'll be speaking to somebody. Oh, we've had a situation. Remember with that one singer that we were dealing with?
Bro. It's crazy. And that's what I'm talking about. You and I experienced this together, and then I feel so bad because I invested so much into that individual, and then you was about to show love on an extreme level for someone that didn't appreciate it. And then it's funny how it turns around years later. Now you're doing music, and where's that person? That person is lost somewhere off the tip of the planet, where I wish they're okay and wish Godspeed. But it's funny how we encounter people in the industry. That's what you call the fakeness. Someone, something they portray to be, right? versus you, that you're authentic from day one to for infinity. And they see that and they gravitate to you because they love the way you speak, the way you stand, the way you smile. You know, I've had people tell me, yo, your friend does a lot of unique things just by speaking and interacting. I love his vocabulary. That's one thing that I could always say, that you're respectful and you always took education at the utmost, especially when it came to linguistic type of speaking.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, we communicate, you know, extensively through tonality and language, and then, you know, of course, body personification too as well, you know, and just being more older now, more experienced, more wiser and whatnot. You know, I got a couple of sayings that I live by, that if anybody's out there listening, you know, one of them is, you know, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so we can listen more than we speak. And you know, if you really want to know someone who's fake or real, you know, there's mechanisms and questions that you ask, and you could, you know, literally just listen, just shut up and just listen, and you'll be able to weed them out. I also believe that, you know, God has already judged everyone. So it's not your position, anyone's position, to go ahead and judge somebody. They've already been judged. For instance, I'll give you an example. You walk into a room, right, and you mingle with people, and then all of a sudden you feel somebody walking into your room, into the same room, and this energy just vibrates internally, and you turn and you look at them. So now that sense of intrigueness already plays, right? Okay, so now what happens? Remember, the higher power already judged them, whether they're evil or good. They've been judged, right? But for some reason, you are attracted to them, you know? So I believe in higher energies and frequencies that actually attract you to that person for a reason, okay? And it could be either that it's an important connection that you need to help you grow as a person, you know, or it could be a person that's actually a reflection of what you may potentially be like or what you used to be like, and that person is keeping you accountable as to not to be that way, you know? So that person's been judged, and it's just it's your standpoint to make that decision, you know? So when you go and you converse with them, that's when you start weeding out, like, you know, hey, what do you do for a living? And, you know, you can always like listen. All you got to do is listen. Like, I believe in firm handshakes. I'm old school, man. Firm handshakes, look people in the eye, body language, presentation is very important. Like, I believe in all those factors, you know, and sometimes, like, you know, you could be dressed in a Puerto Rico shirt and still be educated. So, you know, the presentation can be superseded by your articulation, if that makes sense, you know? So, but, you know, ultimately, man, all of those factors are very real. And that's what helps you to disseminate fake people from real people. You understand? I mean, even if people don't know, man, even Jose and I, we had a fallout because, you know, in relationships, one of the worst things that can ruin relationships is money. You understand what I'm saying? And the great thing is that we were able to be mature enough to be right here, right now, which means that this is a real relationship. Because normally people would just be like, man, forget that dude. That dude, this, that, and the third, you know? And then it will be completely cut off, and then the whole relationship will be off balance on the pendulum. But, you know, in this case, that occurred, and that's what makes us real, because we were able to, you know, nah, man, we better than that. You know, we're brothers, we're more educated, we're impactful, we know what we need to do. And we did, you know, we overcame that, put it behind us, and we're here now. But, you know, for everybody that's out there listening, man, like in this day and this time right now, it's really less is more. That's another saying that I got. Less is more. You understand what I'm saying? So have less people in your circle, you know, and the people that are in your circle, you know, man, Zig Ziglar, God rest his soul, man. And this is an exercise. If you hold your hand out like this, all right, and then you put one finger like this and you put it in the middle and you wrap all these fingers around, these 5 fingers represent the people whom you're surrounded by the most. So if you got a person that's always complaining, always broke, always poor, always negative, and always shuts you down, then guess what? You're that person. You understand? So these people, you gotta get rid of them and replace them with 5 more powerful people. People that like to speak the money language, the idea language, the make it move language, the leaving a legacy language, the leaving an impact language, and that's what you become. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, less is more. And as you get older, you know, you start weeding that out, and you're like, you start saying, you know, there's certain people that really are not necessary, and then there's people that are very necessary, you know. But then that's another conversation, because what I do is a technique called compartmentalize, you know, because at the end of the day, you do need people to grow, you know, like you need a team of people to get where you need to be, but you can compartmentalize them, meaning that you've got friends, you've got acquaintances, you've got business partners, you've got associates, you got fans, you got super fans, you know, so you put them in different files and different segments. And then when you speak to them, you know how to pull out that file, and you know what type of conversation you need to have with that person. Then you put that file away, and then you open up the file for your business associate. That's a different conversation. Put that file away, and then here's your super fan. That's a different conversation. So you compartmentalize. That way, you're still real, but you keep yourself mentally aligned. Like, okay, I know how to weed out the BS and this, that, and the third. And I mean, I recommend that for everyone. Anybody that, you know, right now is going through a tumultuous time mentally, man, write down who your 5 closest people are. And then, you know, if you want to find out why it is that you're going through tumultuous times mentally, it's because of those 5 people that you're surrounded by. They've influenced your behavioral mechanisms. They've enforced your belief systems. And I mean, it's an array of things that has taken place too as well. So, you know, less is more. Less is more. And be around real people that are going to call you out. It's kind of like the songs. Like, you know, for the people that don't know, I text Jose and was like, bro, what do you think? The songs are good? And Jose, straight up, he tells me, bro, I wouldn't put you on my show if they were garbage. You see what I'm saying? And that right there, you know, that's a real person. Like, I can respect that, because he's going to call me out and be like, and I know Jose be like, yo, bro, that's whack. Like, that's garbage. You know, and I'm not going to take it personal. I'm be like, okay, well then what we got to do, you know, should I dump it? Should I let it go? You know, and yeah, that's the type of people that you need around you. They mentally keep you aligned and accountable, and they mentally push you, you know, because we're all here for a specific reason and a purpose, you know, but we do need a team. You know, you have your own support. Your own support is important, and your belief is important. But the people around you is what really pushes you to, like, okay, let's get this, let's do this, you know, and we're doing this for a bigger reason, and I'm for you. You know, that's another thing. Like, as time progresses, you'll know who's just on your boat to grab one of the paddles and not really help you, but help themselves, and who's there to actually help the team. You know, you'll always know that when time goes on. You'll see it, you know, but you can ask intelligible questions to weed that out earlier, sooner rather than later, you know, if that makes sense, you know. And now at this stage of the game, because, you know, the way I correlate life is like a football game, you know, and I know you're a Green Bay Packer fan, so how many quarters in a game, Jose? 4 quarters, right? So now check this out. The first quarter is your first 25 years of life. Your second quarter is 26 through 50. Now you're in the halftime. We'll say 51, 52. Your third quarter is 53 to 75. And then your fourth quarter is 76 and on. You know, so measure what quarter you're in right now, right? See what quarter you're in, and then take statistics. Because when those football players are playing, they're looking at halftime, they're like, this is how many times you missed this tackle. This is how many throws you've thrown. This is how many misses you have. This is how many catches you have. They're looking at those statistics. So take your life, break it down into 4 quarters, and they be like, all right, what's my statistics? What does my statistics look like? You know, and if your statistics aren't where you really want it to be, start looking at your circle, because your circle is what really either diminishes or influences your statistics. And that's just facts. That's just knowledge, bro.
And that's the great words from the wisdom mental aspect that I told you we was going to on way before he even came on. I told you his first of all, I love the way he articulates. Secondly, the way he breaks it down. You know, there are individuals that don't understand the concept of dumbing down to a point where you still can use intellect at the same time, have even a kindergarten person understand. and that's what I enjoy so much, because we could stay talking forever as we always do. Whenever we get on the phone, it's always hours. We start off with just, what's up, how you doing? And it just takes off.
It
And then,
does.
that's the effect you have on the community, because you have a martial arts studio right there, right off the train station right there, where a lot of things happen. Bronx Park East is right there. Down the block you have Morris. You're located in an area that has a lot of traffic as well. And what I notice is that everybody that comes to your school comes in with this fear. And then when I come back 6 months to a year later, I see the growth in their personalities, but the way that they speak, because you have the you have them respect their parents, and their parents come and they watch them. And then when they try to get slick with their parents, you check them and the parents allow it. And guess what? I've seen these kids that were lost to the streets end up back going to school, or you even house them. Okay. And the type of person you are, and you ought to be recognized for your philanthropy, because that's to me, you're philanthropist. You've done so much for the community, and you don't have this air about you. You're not like, you know yeah, and we know who we're talking about, because we've been around them, all these politicians and all that give us fake promises and have
Yes, sir.
used the studio for their campaigns. I've emceed, and then they said I'll be there. I don't know why they would say me, because they got what they want. God works in mysterious ways, because they're not around and you still are for the community.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's the difference between you and everyone else.
Thank you,
And
Jose. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother.
of course, bro. And on that note, I just want
Mhm.
you know, brother, I love you. I love your dad. I love your mom. I love your son. I love your wife. I love everything about you, because you've been real with me since day one. And you even almost somebody in the face for me for no reason.
No, there was a reason. There was a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reason, but just that for me, you'll do stuff for no reason is what I meant to say. And that's
Yes,
because
sir.
our spirit, and like you said before, we had an issue with some monetary issue, but guess what? Our spirits speak beyond that. We go
Yes,
deeper,
sir.
because we don't stop life at this living stage. We continue. We just take on different forms,
Yes,
when we
sir.
go on and pass on. And I know that you're going to be one of those people that I continue to be with in the next life, because I feel that energy every time I'm with you, you know. And
I
I just wanted
appreciate you
you.
so much, Jose. Yeah. And just
I appreciate.
please stay yourself always, man. Like yourself is a spectacle, bro. Yourself is uh, 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 we have a virtue in Taekwondo, number 9. It's be the eternal teacher who teaches with the body when young, mind when old, and by moral precept, even after death. And right now, you're teaching with the body when young, and you do live that example, which is awesome. And, you yourself are an amazing philanthropist, because you are so plugged in, bro, and it's amazing to see, like what you do, how you speak up for people, I don't know if you still do the Tanya Carrion thing with the domestic abuse thing and whatnot, and then the cancer stuff that, you are still or was potentially involved in. I mean, not potentially, but involved in. I mean, the things that you do, Jose, is like so admirable. And, unbeknownst to you, it's what motivates me. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'll be like, damn, he's doing that. Oh, no, wait a minute. We got to do something. So, you really keep me accountable and very inspired. So, yeah, bro, just keep it real, man. I got your back. We got a saying, man, pressure breaks pipes, but it
Mhm.
also makes diamonds. You understand
Exactly.
what I'm saying? And you call me a diamond, brother. You definitely a diamond in the rough too, as well. And another saying, when I think about you, this is a saying I think about. Like when people are talking to you, and you're like, yeah, I heard that before. You understand what I'm saying? This is the saying that I think about. Jose lives by this. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is just too full.
On that note, we get the last track from Mako-san right here on our Access Radio Worldwide. You can catch us on Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Boxcast. That's what our Access Radio does. It provides the platinum on a worldwide basis. On the Extremities ENT Talk Show, my brother Mako-san. We're going to get into his last song. Let's go.
Let's go.
Quiero ir afuera contigo, hacer historia en la calle, mi amor. Yeah, yeah.
Tú y yo, el amor no se paga este fuego. Vamos a viajar bien lejos, sin problemas mi corazón, porque quiero que tú sepas que tú eres mi flor. Quiero ser tu gato y tú mi sol. Hacerlo rico, so vámonos después de él. Perreo. Mujer, ¿entiendes? Que me vuelves loco. Mi paciencia con nosotros es bien poco. Eso significa que yo te quiero a ti y quiero ser el único que te toca. So what you wanna do, so what you wanna go, what you wanna do. Y dígame a dónde los hacemos, porque la verdad contigo tranquilidad. Tú me pones en foco, tú me pongo a mirar otras mujeres que tú eres. Mi baby, sepas que tú eres para siempre mi vida. Quiero penetrar tu cuerpo entero. Que te meto bien duro, me alegro. Hasta abajo los hacemos como te gusta, tan bueno. Tú me caes tan bien, yo me pongo a mirar la alegría que te traigo. Un minuto sin ti, ya yo te extraño. Tú y yo, el amor no se paga este fuego. Vamos a viajar bien lejos, sin problemas mi corazón, porque quiero que tú sepas que tú eres mi flor. Quiero ser tu gato y tú mi sol. Hacerlo rico, so vámonos después de él. Perreo. When I give it to you hard, ese culo tan duro, I already know que yo siempre voy a ser tu chulo. Quiero que comprendes, necesito que entiendas que yo soy el único para ti. Can't you see till eternity? Yendo las distancias para siempre, you and me. No me viras la espalda, you just let me be. Si te falta respeto, yo me muero por ti. So mira mi amor, que lo que yo siento por ti es algo sincero y con buena razón, que si alguien te habla mal me formo bandolero. En realidad yo siempre estaré al lado de ti, seré tu guardián. Te acuesto en la cama, me encanta como gritas, sexo hasta la mañana es una ley que brilla. Tus fuertes sentones que tú no entiendes, que duro me pones, me daña la mente. Y ahora que estamos aquí, when I'm with you I'm just free. Pasan días, no creo that you're with me. Tú eres mía, de noche a día. El destino decidirá nuestra felicidad. Yo nunca imaginé que esto pasará. Le pido gracias, papá Dios, por tenerte en mi vida. Tú y yo, el amor no se paga este fuego. Vamos a viajar bien lejos, sin problemas mi corazón, porque quiero que tú sepas que tú eres mi flor. Quiero ser tu gato y tú mi sol. Hacerlo rico, so vámonos después de él. Perreo.
That's my brother right there, Mako-san. Yeah.
That song.
You catch him. You listen to his music. It's going to be on platforms everywhere. But
yes, sir.
So that I want him to first let everybody know what's going to be coming out and where you could see him on TV and the films if you ever want to see him. And then he's going to tell you where's his school at if you're in the Bronx or Manhattan or Brooklyn area and you want your kids to learn discipline. And then he's going to tell you where to find the music. So go ahead, brother. The floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So once again, Mako-san, M-A-K-O-S-A-N. In terms of the martial arts school, the school is on 707 Brady Avenue in the Bronx, New York. We're right off the number 2 train, so you can get off on Bronx Park East and walk north, or you can get off on Pelham Parkway, walk south. Our landmark store is Staples, right around the corner from Staples, and right around the corner from the beautiful Colonial Spanish restaurant, which is a great food. After you get the workout, go over there and eat. And I could be reached at 718-828-1001. We're on Facebook for the martial arts school as Bronx Kids Martial Arts. And you can get all the info there and whatnot, or inbox us and we can set up for you to come in and check out the school and just get to know each other. In terms of the acting, pretty much IMDb. So you can imdb.com, Mako-san, M-A-K-O space S-A-N, and it'll show you all the film credits and, pretty much all the projects that I've worked on and all the projects that are in present production too. And you know, usually there'll be a link with like a YouTube channel or stuff. But just remember that when people make films, it takes a little bit of time. So you just got to keep checking on that. Or if you really want some faster, up-to-date information, just follow me on Instagram at Mako-san, Makosan Pro, Pro, all one word. And yeah, just follow me there. I'm constantly on there, just, you know, putting up whatever it is that we're working on. In terms of the music, I'm on all platforms. I'm on everything, you know, Apple Music, YouTube. Usually I put my stuff through United Masters, but you can YouTube Mako-san, you can Apple Music Mako-san, you know, all the music platforms. I'm on there. Say again.
Spotify and all that.
Spotify, I'm on all that stuff. You guys actually are the first ones to hear the last song, Este Fuego. I haven't released that yet, so you got a special glimpse of that. You know, right now it's about to be completely mastered. But yeah, that's one of the ones I want to sing on the float. So Daniel Guzman, I'm gonna come find you. And then we got another song called Amor para Reggaeton, that's coming out soon too as well. But yeah, so we're gonna be hosting a listening party at the ending of July. We're just getting everything finalized and whatnot. So we'll have an Eventbrite, link up for that. There's gonna be a cover charge at the door. It is not 420 friendly because I'm in a martial arts school, so I don't want no, but we'll be serving some wine and some food. We got some sushi coming in and some good food and stuff like that. So it'll be great. And then in terms of my films, we'll be doing film premieres too as well in either August or September. And one of my first ones will be one for my son, actually. He did a horror film, so we're going to be premiering that first. So, just follow me on Mako-san Pro on Instagram, and you get everything there. And yeah, listen, man, I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm like fidgety because I'm like, I don't know what to do. But I'm grateful for you, man. Yeah, that's. I think I covered everything, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. So you already know, ladies and gentlemen, Mako-san, the actor, the community leader, the mentor, big brother, and now reggaeton artist. Ladies,
yes,
be sure to go on Spotify, Apple TV, YouTube. You can even go on IG to get more information. And don't forget, he's going to be on that Star Wars fan edition.
Yes, sir.
So, anytime you want to be inquiring on some realness, just go call my brother Mako-san. You already know, the one and only Mako-san. Right there, full element. Mixed martial arts. That's right. If you ain't going there to get your kid disciplined, then you better take your kids somewhere else because they ain't listening. This is what we do in the Boogie Down Bronx. We don't play around with clowns. We drop bombs. My brother Mako-san is certified 100% real G. You already know. X-Tremitiez ENT, we all we got. We love you, my brother.
Love you more, man. Love you more, man. Definitely. One more thing, too, Jose. Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
We started a mentorship program called Life Mastery. We hold that every Mondays at 6:00 in my studio. It's just an opportunity to talk. We have a workbook too as well. It's a 12-month program. If you feel like you need someone to talk to, if you need some mental alignment, it's a great program. And the last thing is, I want to give two shout outs. Well, a couple. One to my dad, love you to life. My mom, my son, Mikey. I know he's watching. I love you to life. I'm so proud of you as a dad. You're doing amazing. And, and our almighty God and our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thanks for everything. Jose, thanks for having me, man. So grateful. And everyone, blessings, man. Have a great night, guys.
Oh, man, you already know. I'm just going to say this. If I learned something more today than I did yesterday, it wasn't a day wasted a life. And every true day that I open my eyes is a blessing to be breathing and spending these moments that I cherish so much. Thank you so much, my brother. I love you. Big Al, thank you so much for allowing me to provide the world with the platform to allow us to get the message out. We touched on so much today, from mental health, emotional well-being, self-care, mental stability, We spoke about community, we spoke about music, we spoke about movies. We covered so much, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, he came on at 6:30, and look at the time now. This is our regular phone calls. This is how
he's right.
we speak, and it's always great stuff, and we gel together. That's why you need someone to be in your team. Like he said, remember the five, and close on it. Don't have the negatives, always the positives, and that's what it is. You got to have acceptance and be grateful, and gratitude always. And having said that, I want to just end the evening with videos. So I'm gonna end out with my cast off and with my brother. I love you. Thank you for doing the show with me. Shout out to DAVON Franklin on your recovery. DAVON, my co-host, I said he donated a kidney to him. So life is looking bright for him, and he's recovering right now. He's watching the interview. He texted me earlier. He said, he's excited to see the interview, and he actually got mad love for you too. So once
Likewise,
he gets
brother.
to your school.
Likewise, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And blessings on your recovery, brother. The Lord is with you, so I know you'll recover well. Just stay sharp, stay focused, positive thoughts, and you got this, brother. We'll see you back in action real soon. We need you. We need you. So get right. We need you.
Shout out to DAVON Franklin, my DJ. He's D and I'm J. We make the DJs of the airwaves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go and up off the Wednesday night. Be sure to stay logged on at 8:00 for Hood to Hood Radio with Joey B's and Nicole. They do their thing as well as they represent for the streets and around the world as well. So shout out to our Access Radio. Shout out to everybody that's been checking in. Tyrone. Shout out to Kalesa. Shout out to Mob Out Entertainment. Shout out to everybody out there that's doing great things. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself and love each other. There's too much hate in the world. Let's make a positive impact. All right, we're going to some videos of artists that we always promote to the end of the show. Have a great week and a blessed weekend. Love you all. Stay safe.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah. Gatekeeper. Betty Green. CV. I'm just working. Yo. I listen to myself before designing my lines. The pain is to the point, how to put in some time. Try to chef and work the kitchen, live the life on the grind. Feel the cold of the city, every barrel in mine. They talking brick on brick, they trying to lay it in time. I had my dreams cut before, I'm a man, I survived. They say I'm way too old, but they love that 40. Man, these niggas out of order, I'm just fixing them up. Too many tales from the hood, stop playing you tough. Cause I'm pulling niggas cards, I'm running the river. Never step to the mic if I can't deliver. Don't be mad at the king, cause my vision is bigger. Only play the tough road when your hitters is with you. I'm a problem by myself, don't depend on my niggas. Ain't no question where they standing, where the smoke is clear. This is money in the bank, it's the fact you scared. Unlimited, fully loaded. Gatekeeper. Betty Green. I'm just working. I'm just working. Let's go. Yo. Bringing it back, my focus, I maneuver the trap. Double cups or a Dutch, we all got a crush. I was trained for the ring without throwing a punch. Riding rails is my life, I live in the Bronx. I watch the lines come together from the front of the car. Play the last, try to tag while commuters would watch. I'm a legend to myself, a teacher the most, a student to success. That's how I'm reaching my goals. It's taken from the arm, it's the nose to the pole. Shells darting out, chasing Mario home. Now these niggas double taking like they seeing the clone. Anthony Towns counting numbers, new wolf in the post. Always happy with my product, emphasizing the facts. Got the DJ spinning ghosts, I put my soul on the track. Make myself right at home, anywhere on the map. Going in for the kill, born is back. Numbers. I'm just working.
I'm just working. I'm just working. It's very green. It's crazy. It's on us. It's kinda hard, everybody rap. Gatekeeper. Betty Green Entertainment.com.
One time like this, make it pop like this, make it knock like this, make it drop like. One time like this, make it pop like this, make it knock like this, make it drop like.
All up on your head like a tumor. I don't give a shit about the rumor. We go bout, make a move, take a bitch to the cruise. She gon' suck it like a hoover. Yeah, and you know it's big shit pop. Headed out of state in a two-door rocket. Play around, light a nigga up like a socket. Catch me in Texas with text in my pocket. Nigga say my name like a Mike Jones. She in love with a nigga, she caught up in a cyclone. Ooh, I ain't got a one if she might go. I been doing me and I ain't worried about the hype though. Yo, real nigga shit. I ain't never lied. I got a legacy, my nigga, I can never die. I put the pedal to the middle, head to head. With the devil got a chef in the truck and I'm ready to ride. Yo, hey mo, get him right. Little smoke, little drink, now I'm finna rap. It's KWMBA. My about my nigga, we the enterprise. Hey mo, get him right. Little smoke, little drink, now I'm finna rap. It's KWMBA. My about my nigga, we the enterprise. Get him, get him, get him, get him.
Make it knock like this, make it drop like. One time like this, make it pop like this, make it knock like this, make it drop like.
I'm coming no gas, no brakes, and ain't no particular reason. So the streets got a sickness, I am the cure, and I figured this time that I feed them. I went to bounce when you need them. I apologize, I was handling the business. Time sinking like a spec off. That was time to get back in the kitchen. In the cook with a gully suit, black gloves and a ski mask. Shit, I'ma show 'em what trouble do. It's gon' pop off when I eat fast. So I suggest you just stay up a stick. That kind of manic when I'm dealing with pressure. Automatic, final thought is the treasure. My revolver keep me counting my blessings. You know I had to act a fool with it. I make it do what it do every time I'm in the booth. And ain't nothing they can do with them. What's cap when you know every word is true, baby? Rub my with my last breath. And they ain't never hard to find, good boy. We out here. Once again, if it's not clear, yo, mouth out, nigga, yeah, you know what we out here.
One time like this, make it pop like this, make it knock like this, make it drop like. One time like this, make it pop like this, make it knock like this, make it drop like.
To lose it with the head full of thorns, but the one sworn, torn. But the walk of life, still alright, still alright. As we go through it, we knew it, feeling like we about to lose it. With the head full of thorns, but the one sworn, torn. But the walk of life, still alright, still alright. Here we go as I walk through it, flipping pages, still no changes. Even pain still the same. Who can I blame? Stimulate the brain for those losing grip. Please maintain, no, we always hear people disappear, wishing we could go back. Yeah, hold that, and you know that. Let me show that. Memories of ink ain't always what you think. Let it sink deep beneath the surface. Make your time worth it, but we deserve it. Picture perfect, rather be a person. So many leaving, I must be dreaming. What's the reason? Completely out of season. Blessed to be breathing. Please believe it. Find your purpose. Just know you're worth it. Should have heard it. Such a burden, forever hurting. Can't rewind it. We'll help you find it. Clear your mind and hold it for me. And don't even know me. Yeah, don't even know me. As we go through it, we knew it. Feeling like we about to lose it. With the head full of thorns, for the one sworn, torn. But the walk of life, still alright, still alright. As we go through it, we knew it. Feeling like we about to lose it. With the head full of thorns, for the one sworn, torn. But the walk of life, still alright, still alright. You feel the walls closing in on you.
I know you feel helpless right now.
They closing in. You feel the walls closing in on you.
You feel trapped, but you gotta believe you don't get out this. They closing in.
You feel the walls closing in on you. And everywhere that you turn, the doors don't let you through. You see, I've been there too, and so have people I knew. And some of them no longer breathing this air like me. You dramatic situation leads to drastic decisions. Forever scarring your life with the surgeon precision. Far gone and all is wrong. You're buzzing from drugs you on, feeling emotional while loading up your gun. Pictures of the people you love are scattered below your feet. Gripping the trigger while breathing heavy and weak. Should I do it? Will they even miss me? You ask yourself, broken hearts are the only thing you leave behind and nothing else. As we go through it, we knew it, feeling like we about to lose it. With the head full of thorns for the one sworn, torn. By the walk of life, still alright, still alright. As we go through it, we knew it, feeling like we about to lose it. With the head full of thorns for the one sworn, torn. By the walk of life,
still alright. As we go through it, we knew it, feeling like we about to lose it. With the head full of thorns for the ones sworn, torn by the walk of life. Still alright, still alright.
She said, she said, she said, she said, and she said, and she said, she said, she said, she said. She told me that she loved me. She told me it was true, but no one else above me. Ain't nobody but you. She told me that she loved me. She told me it was true, but no one else above me. Above me. She said, she said, she said, you're everything that I need. She said, the only reason I breathe. She said, you're everything that I need. She said, yo,
and now I feel like an asshole, cause I'm still dealing with the feelings from this last hoe. Brick by brick, trying to rebuild the castle. That's when she put her arms around me like a lasso. I push away, but I don't mean to. Even though I know she the one I should probably cling to. Even though I know she the one I should give a ring to. Even though I know she the one that I wanna sing to. Hey, I'm still trying to make a living on the road, doing these shows. I'm on my Michael Viven. I ain't on none of these hoes. I'm in the studio, spitting what I done written. I've been hunting for a minute. Independent, trying to make me a killing. Pad in the pen, staring up at the ceiling. No more jails, no sins, no sense. She said,
I don't know why I'm so lonely. You're right next to me, but never hold me. When I cry, why don't you come console me? If I die today, would you be lonely for me? She said, you're everything that I need. She said, the only reason I breathe. She said, if I die, would you cry for me? She said, would you be lonely
come on,
for me?
Look, and now I'm feeling like a jerk. Cause when I look in her eyes, I can tell she really hurt. She been holding on to me while I've been reaching up skirts. Telling me she love me forever, she see my worth. Keeping it 100, shorty knew me at my worst. And we got a good vibe like I done knew it from birth. But I'm still young, wanna travel this earth. Get a deal, eat a meal, watch a pretty girl twerk. Get my kids, teach them how to live, outrun the earth. Same boat, I know you wanna make it work. You be questioning, you be blushing like a whore up in the church. Busting out your jeans, sitting pretty in your shirt. But why buy the meal when I only want dessert? I've been having fun when trying to hurt you in the first. I'm chatted up, dreadhead, baby, I'm a flirt. And I can never be what she deserves.
I don't know why I'm so lonely. You're right next to me, but never hold me. When I cry, why don't you come console me? If I die today, would you be lonely for me? She said, you're everything that I need. She said, the only reason I breathe. She said, if I die, would you cry for me? She said, would you be lonely for me? For me, for me.
It's the still winning for me. The smell of new money when you sit in my V. Act shorty with the good J.O. We like to lay low. Dinner at Jersey City, lobster and baked potato. I made it to this moment, no lie, I had to pray though. Them project nights, ducking nines and Trey 8-0. 1159 staircase with chinky eyes, so cracked and got drippy. Find nothing when they frisk me, never let the girls play me. Diss you before you diss me, drop 30 at the turf. Handle the ball like Bibby. Them E&J nights stood out to daylight, then slept my day away like if I wasn't raised right. Had to wake up, it's your turn, youngin'. Get your cake up, we from Edenwald, home of the brave, nobody break us.
Don't worry about what people say. Won't be, that's just how we remain. Aim for the stars, the world just fades. Shine
juice out of lemons, visions out of prisons. They still kinda blinded on the ways I've been gifted. Eden will birth me, fist fights and free lunch. My neighbors couldn't see much, I was a star that was hidden. I skipped past boy, just a man with a mission. I was trying to be the new town, ended up in C-Town. Trouble I confused as fun, but I can see now all my legends with the jail, so I was trying to get my numbers up. Oldest of 11, still felt like an only son. Bud kept us going hard, ballin', reppin' housing. Rico gave us softball, some made the franchise. Al gave me football, the skies was the limit. Future means dreaming, no matter what the odds say. See it when you can't hear it, smell it when you can't taste it, feel it on the inside. Boot it to your main drive, better green is here, now it's good on the other side.
Don't worry about what people say. Won't be, that's just how we remain. Aim for the stars, the world's the stage. Shine, baby, it's the world. Champions only. Champions only.
Fitted caps to fedoras, flight jackets from Blazers, Farrah garments from Jordans. I'm no longer the poorest, I'm Bobby Portis. I always play hard, fuck with the scorers. Some got it fast, had it before us, they had it shortest. Kept pace caught up, I'm with the victors when they sought us. We the hare and the tortoise, yet when it's all determined by how I'm viewed by my daughters. I learn to laugh at the scoffers, curvy thirst, know your worth. You gotta decline some offers, we flourish when others falter. We eat and war bread to conquer, foundation, honor, loyal leaders. For fam, I run up on ya, I'd rather be chasing commas. Promise nothing's beyond us, I tell my youngest with promise. Now watch as this music bonus, a new day's upon us. No time for division, north side, south side. I'm talking to every building.
Don't worry about what people say. Won't be, that's just how we remain. Aim for the stars, the world's the stage. Shine, baby, it's the world. Champions only. Champions only.
You know, you gotta rock with us. Either wall, north, south. It's a problem. This is just the first time we doing this. But imagine, back to back, so much fire on their ass. Hey, keeper. It's a better green entertainment situation thing. Horseshoe, we here. Yeah. Shout out to Blizzo, making this happen.